If you remember, in our last video we wipe coded save high low open close data function. Now this function is going to provide us with in our case 2 years of data for a given ticker. Now the question is, which tickers are we interested in? Well, in this particular case, let's start with the constituents of S&P 500 index and Nasdaq 100 index. Obviously, since this is a Python project, we want to be able to get these symbols programmatically. So how are we going to do this? Well, in our case, we are going to ask our cursor agent, but in the ask mode. Let's ask, or actually we can even be more adventurous and use the agent mode in this case, because we have a specific request. Let's see what it can do for us. I want you to write a function that would return the list of constituents for S&P 500 or Nasdaq 100 indices. Put this function in stack data utils. Okay, let's see how talented our agent really is. I'll use web scraping to get the current constituents from reliable sources. Well, at this point we didn't give any specific instructions, so let's see what cursor agent can come up with. This is exciting. New dependencies. Okay, it seems like it added some new dependencies to the requirements file. Get index constituents. Complete constituent list for indices. Interesting. So let's see what happened here. First of all, I also updated your requirements text to file to include dependencies. Request, beautiful soup, and pandas are robust with error handling and will provide useful feedback if something goes wrong. Okay, let's take a look at the functions created. Get index constituents. Let's see. So we are providing an index name, either S&P 500 or Nasdaq 100. It's good that it's whatever is the input, it's turning it into upper, so this letter doesn't have to be uppercase. It's going to do it for us, and then it's putting some headers. These headers are useful because sometimes without the headers the websites can block the request, and it seems like we are going to be using Wikipedia. So let's see what it's doing under the hood. It's using request library. Here it's checking if there was an error with this function raise for status, and then it's using beautiful soup to parse it basically. And then it wrote another function for us, alternative method. Interesting. So let's try to see if any of these functions actually work. Keep. Let's go back to our tests, create a new code block and load them. Import stock data utils as SDU. What is the name of the function? Get index constituents. Let's try with this first function. Index name, we are going to provide S&P 500. Let's use small case letters, and it's going to return what does it exactly returning? It looks like it's returning a list. Let's print this list. Symbol lists, print symbol list. Okay, let's run this function. You might need to start our kernel. Okay, we got a bunch of tickers here, which looks promising. Just to check one more thing, print len symbol lists. Well, 503. It's not bad. I think maybe some of them are being removed from the indices. So this is not always going to be exactly 500, but 500 ballpark is good enough for our purposes. Now let's try the same thing for Nasdaq. See that check that our function is working for Nasdaq as well. We're going to just need to input Nasdaq 100 for this purpose. Okay. See what we get here. Okay, we got 100 tickers, and I can see that we have technologies companies here, Amazon, Google. What else do we have? For example, do we have Meta is here? So it seems correct. Netflix, Nvidia, all the big technology names are being reported here. So in this task, Cursor was victorious. Congratulations, Cursor. And one thing that kind of attracted my attention is what it is exactly doing here. We want to check, and I think I'm going to remove this alternative method for now because I want to keep these files a bit more manageable, otherwise they can grow. I guess we need to keep all first, and then we can do this. So also add this, keep, and then now whether should we spend time trying to understand exactly what is going on with these files is a bit of a philosophical question, right? At this point, I'm actually going to say that this function looks manageable enough for me, and I'm not going to delve into all the details of what's being written by a cursor. Otherwise, what's the advantage of using AI coding tool? That's my point of view, anyways. And I don't know what you guys think, but please comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.